Nature is our home. It's an amazing, complex system that I wish we could mimic. A system that doesn't ever create any waste, only value, and it's constantly evolving. There's something to be amazed with and learn from. We need to acknowledge that we're having a negative effect on our home, and we need to turn that around into a partnership, repair, restore what we have broken. The Planetary Boundaries Framework is a science-based framework to tell us the state of the planet, the health of the biosphere that we depend on. The framework tells us that modern society has pushed us out of bounds in 6 out of 9 boundaries. So we need to turn this around fast, because there's also a possibility for us to move back into safe operating space, the way they call it. So with human ingenuity, we can turn things around. We can design the chemistry. We can move from linear to circular practices, where we don't extract resources all the time in the natural world, but rather circulate the ones that we already have.
What does photography mean to nature? It's a way of unpacking its complexity, and it's a way of putting in front of people how much nature has receded from our lives. It had opened a doorway into a world I'd never seen before. Whether that world was somewhere overseas or it was a microscopic world that I wasn't able to see in front of me, that is something I really get excited about. In my work, there isn't a single part of the planet where humans have not had a negative impact. What I want people to understand is that when you see projects that are about putting kelp back into marine ecosystems, when you see projects that are about planting trees, is that you're trying to redress the balance in nature. What you're restoring is not just the indexes of biodiversity, it's also about giving people back hope and understanding that this problem is perfectly fixable. Historically, the onus is always on the individual to make the change. I don't think that's sustainable at all. What is a sustainable practice, no matter where you sit in terms of how you view the world, is that companies are making the sustainable choices for you in the first place.
We want to enhance experiences in life in the outdoors, but that has to go hand in hand with respecting our playground, respecting nature. We began our sustainability journey in 1993 when we invented recycled synthetic fleece, effectively upcycling over 2 billion bottles. It's an important step in our sustainability journey, but we didn't stop there. There is no overnight solution. There is no finish line. That's why we say, beyond begins today. Because going beyond means recognizing that we aren't perfect. Yesterday's achievements become the benchmark for today's innovations. Today, our reality is to enable circular processes, lower our carbon footprint, and reduce our impact. All our future innovations, shedless, power air, non-PFAS, and so much more, are and will be born from these core responsibilities. Polartec has publicly committed to achieving net zero, or carbon neutrality, by 2050, and we have approved SBTi targets to guide us on that journey. All these commitments come to life in our fabrics, and then they get sewn into our partners' garments and become their sustainable stories. We have to respect our playground and protect it for future generations. And if we can, leave it better than we found it.
Beyond
begins
today.